Hello guys. Um so I realized my audio was really terrible from the last time. I'm actually trying to, do the whole pigeon thingy where um Nigerians can really pick up on this, like even people who are not really conversant with the English language. As long as you understand basic pigeon, as long as you're able to communicate, you should be able to pick up this stuff. And really, just to showcase how possible it is to, get into a hobby like this, or even like think about flight as a career, just getting exposed to it through, this software. Yeah, there's a lot to cover. I really wish I had better audio in the previous video, but I did not. So, like I said, I'm just going to keep doing streams like this until I get a better hang of it and, you know, um, able to just put up more consistent stuff. But yeah, let's see how much better this is going to be. I see that the game capture has a really high volume and I try to position the mic a lot better right now. So let's see how it goes. I'm probably going to just do a few more circuits in the pattern and um, just kind of get the landing score, you know. So let's get into it. So we'll be using Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja and just doing circuits basically. So I was hoping we could get a small G ramp. It looks like they're all large or medium. Let's do parking one so we can remember to tell ETC. I'll start the flight. Looks like it's dark already.
Beyond ATC connected.
So we're going to have our flashlight attached to, maybe the head. Not sure. How about we check? Let's see. Is that flashlight? Oh, the flashlight doesn't show when you're in third person mode. I see. So let's remove the engine cover. Remove the static plot cover, the pitot cover, and then the chocks. So I'm live streaming this again. I'm not really sure what the audio is like, but I'm much closer to the mic now and hoping I'll get a better sound. But I'm going to be doing just one, um, trip around the pattern and I'll land immediately just to check the audio. I checked the settings, just make sure it's much better now, but I can't guarantee. So I will do my best to make sure it's cool, but I would have to still check just to be sure. So we're at ramp one. Let's just turn on our, let's test our standard standby battery. And then we turn on the comms and talk to what frequencies do we have in Abuja? Let's listen to the 80s first. Then we'll talk to ground. They'll hand us over to tower. Then to departure. Then probably we might just use tower for circuits since we're not leaving the airspace. But let's see. So if we, try to check the 80s, what's the frequency so we can listen? We want DNAA. So frequencies and the 80s is 127.050. 127.050. And then we swap. Let's listen to the 80s.
Landing and departing runway 22, transition level 065, advise on initial contact, you have information, November.
Temperature 15, dew point 13.
Nandi altitude airport information, November, 2129 Zulu, landing and departing runway
I still have
22,
the
transition level
default
065,
ATC
advise on
voices
initial
up.
contact,
So
you
let me
have
just take that
information,
down.
November.
So we have information November.
Nandi altitude airport information, November, 2129 Zulu, landing and departing runway 22, transition level 065, advise on initial contact, you have information, November.
Runway 22, okay.
Nandi altitude airport information, November, 2129 Zulu, landing and departing runway 22, transition level 065, advise on initial contact, you have information, November.
So let's control contact ground.
Nandi
But let's
altitude
get the
airport
QNH
information,
again.
November, 2129 Zulu, landing and departing runway 22, transition level 065, advise on initial contact, you have information, November.
So we have information
Nandi
November.
altitude airport information, November, 2129 Zulu, landing and departing runway 22, transition level 065, advise on initial contact, you have information, November. Nandi altitude airport information, November, 2129 Zulu, landing and departing runway 22,
So I'm
transition
thinking
level 065, advise on initial contact, you have information, November. Nandi altitude airport information, November, 2129 Zulu, landing and departing runway 22, transition level 065, advise on initial contact, you have information, November.
information November. So I didn't get a
Nandi
QNH.
altitude
Well, that's
airport
fine.
information, November, 2129 Zulu, landing and departing runway 22, transition level 065,
So let's contact
advise on
ground
initial
on
contact, you have information, November.
121.900.
Nandi altitude airport information, November, 2129 Zulu, landing and departing runway 22, transition level 065, advise on initial contact, you have information, November. Nandi altitude airport information.
So where are we? We are at ramp 1. Abuja ground. Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra at ramp 1, type Cessna Skyhawk 172. Request a startup for circuit practice.
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra at Beauty Ground, please say intentions.
Alpha Sierra
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra at Beauty Ground, please say intentions.
Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra. Request startup for circuit practice. Did you guys not hear me?
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra at Beauty Ground, startup approved, information November.
Startup approved with information November for Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra. Thank you. Okay, so let's just show some lights. Our secondary instruments for the pedestal and for our avionics. We can pull down the avionics one. We need cabin lights. How do we get that? Let's do shift 1. Do we got anything? Lights. There's lights for the cabin. The cabin lights are just right up there. So I guess we're good. So let's request taxi. The active runway is runway 22. So should be able to get to runway 22 and Apogee ground. Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is ready to taxi.
Alpha Golf Sierra taxi to holding point Alpha 1 runway 22 via Alpha.
This runway taxi to holding point Alpha 1 runway 22 via Alpha 4 Alpha Golf Sierra. So we have our taxi lights on, our strobe lights on. We should have actually had this on and screamed clear prop before we turned on our engines, but yeah, nobody was killed or maimed, so we're good. That's our co-pilot. So okay, let's taxi. So let's just give it a cool whoop. So I believe we want to move backwards towards green lights behind us and then follow that pathway. So let's get back inside our plane and then just do a turn. That's a really big British Airways plane. Always great to see beyond DTC traffic. That's a 757. So once they give us instructions for our circuit practice, would put that into the avionics and have fun with that. Honestly, like this is just so cool, you know, getting into an airport whenever you want, not actually worrying about cost or like, safety or any of those kind of things that would plague real life pilots or even the weather, yeah, like which also counts as, safety, but you get the point. So it's just really cool that you can do this in the sim in the middle of the night. You just go pick up a plane, you do whatever you want, basically. I don't think I'm using live weather, but let me see. I'd like to use live weather. Let's see what we can do. Let's just turn on live weather and exit all of this because it's dark already. This is the real time and real weather. Perfect. So we're in live weather. Let's keep taxiing. Do we have our flaps? Let's pull up one notch of flaps. So what were our taxi instructions again? Taxi to runway 22, or rather to holding point Alpha 1 for runway 22, or we'll go via Alpha. So we're going via Alpha right now. Can we see any signs? So our strobes are flashing. Let's put on our nav lights. Let's put on the beacon lights, and let's even put on the landing lights, because we'll turn on the taxi lights just before we take off. I know we should probably have the landing lights before we take off, but guys, remember, I'm no pilot. I just do this for fun, so I will break a lot of rules and probably piss a lot of you off. But if that's the price to pay for having fun, I really would rather have fun.
Alpha Golf Sierra, contact Abuja Tower 118.6. See you soon.
Abuja Tower on 118.6 for Alpha Golf Sierra. Have a good day. So we're quite close to the holding short point, and yeah, the yellow there tells us to stop. So we'll hold on here, put on the parking brake. Usually we would go through the checklist, do a run up, but yeah, already I started the plane using the shortcut, so not really trying to do a lot here. Just trying to make sure I can get a good recording. So let's contact our Abuja Tower. Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is holding short runway 22 at holding point Alpha, ready for departure.
Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra hold position. After departure runway 22, enter left-hand visual circuits not above 2,100 feet VFR squawk 5260.
Hold position. After departure runway 22, enter left-hand visual circuit, not above 2100 feet VFR. Squawk 5260. Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra.
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra at Puget Tower, runway 22 cleared for takeoff left-hand circuit.
Takeoff runway 22, Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra. Okay, so let's do a few circuits around the pattern and see what we get. Runway 22. I love the lighting though. Looks really beautiful. Okay, so flaps are set. Let's hide this. Here we have flaps 1. Looking good. Let's turn off the taxi lights. We'll leave the landing lights. So, do we have our altitude? Let's set our heading so we can turn on the autopilot. So we can actually enable heading mode and FLC mode and just put in some speed there. So let's do we can do 74 knots. Let's just do 70 to be between 68 and 74. And yeah, our heading looks good. Let's just fly the heading where we're facing currently. And yeah, good to go. So full power, bit of right rudder. We'll take off trim and then set our autopilot. Well, guys, this looks really beautiful. This is the Abuja runway, and guys, I can only wish, because I mean, becoming a pilot, I checked the other day. You need at least 30 million naira in Nigeria, at least, for registering in the school and all. So let's activate autopilot. We're going. So 530 on our RPM there. And let it rip. So we'll climb to 2100 feet VFR. We're not even squawking our squawk code. So let's check our squawk code. Transponder, let's do altitude. The code should be 560, yeah. 5260. Perfect. So let's take a look outside, a quick cinematic view. Our landing lights are on. Let's take off our flaps. That's the runway behind us. So since we're doing left-hand circuits, let's turn towards the left for our crosswind leg. So let's full see the RPMs are way high. I want it to be roughly 2500, but that's even too much. Let's do maybe 2300. And we're Gucci because we're at the altitude we want. Let's let me take a look. We're supposed to be able to see our runway. Yeah, perfect. So let's turn on the downwind leg and then we'll call tower. Let's take a look at our multifunctional display. Looks pretty good in my opinion, if you ask me, guys. All our yokes are hidden, so let's bring them back. Oh my god. Looking towards the left, we should see our runway. And we do. So we can report midfield downwind now. Aperture Tower, Alpha Sierra, Extra Golf Sierra is midfield downwind, runway 22. Request touch and go. So let's hope for a touch and go permission, and we'll do like a quick touch and go.
Alpha Golf Sierra Roger number 1, report final runway 22.
Report final runway 22, Alpha Golf Sierra. So we'll report when we're on final. So let's pull back on our power to 1800 RPMs, as you can see over here. And then we put a notch of flaps. As our airspeed is decreasing, let's take a look still. Can we see our runway? Yeah, it's behind us. So let's turn base. We're going below. Need at least 1.8. So let's turn base. Our speed is reducing drastically. So we're back at 2100 RPMs roughly. Okay, so let's turn final and report to air traffic control. Oh boy, we turned too early, but that's fine. Let's just adjust. Let's do base a bit more. Okay, perfect. So good. Abuja Tower, Alpha Sierra, X-Ray Golf Sierra is on final runway 22.
Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra runway 22, clear touch and go.
Touch and go, runway 22, Alpha Golf Sierra. Okay, that was not a too shabby landing. So let's do our takeoff again. Okay. So we'll do full stop landing and then we're good to go. That's our runway over there. It's such a beautifully lit up you know I honestly don't know how to express this, but it's like a beautifully lit up piece of real estate basically. Looks really good from above here. Okay, so we're on our downwind leg. We're going to request for a full stop. Abuja Tower, Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is midfield downwind, runway 22. Request full stop landing. I don't know why that sounded like a question, but yeah, should have been a statement. Request full stop landing. But yeah, they will give
Alpha
us
Golf Sierra, Roger, report final runway 22 number 1.
number 1. Report final runway 22 Alpha Golf Sierra. So for some reason I'm not seeing other traffic, and I know it's not normal. There should be traffic. Alright. I don't see any aircraft close by. Because it's usually much more fun when there's other traffic trying to land and you're trying to land alongside them. They could sometimes tell you to orbit right, and you'd have to, just to make space for incoming traffic. But yeah, that's fine. So let's turn base. Turn final and report final. Oof, that's late turn. Abuja Tower, Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is on final runway 22.
X-ray Golf Sierra runway 22 clear to land.
Clear to land runway 22 Alpha Golf Sierra. So hopefully we'll try Lagos next, DNMM, and see how much traffic we get in our videos. But so far so good. This has been fun, so much fun indeed. And we're looking good on the puppies. Dropping speed, oh, it's too low. Let's put in a bit of power. Let's try to follow the puppy's guidance all the way down to the runway. Yeah, perfect. We should be descending. Too high? Too high? Hmm. Bit more flaps.
Alpha Golf Sierra, exit next available taxiway.
That was a soft landing, but very rough based on the angle we came in at. So exit next available taxiway for Alpha Golf Sierra. Thank you. Yeah, 69. That was rough. I was actually hoping for better numbers on the second time of asking, but that's fine. We can live with that. Like you said, any landing you can walk away from is an awesome landing. So our plane looks good. Let's clean up the flaps. We look around to see there's nothing broken. So we are good. So they'll hand us over to ground once we pass the yellow lights over there.
Alpha Golf Sierra, contact ground 121.9, a good day.
Ground on 121.9. Have a good day. Thank you. The ground. Alpha Sierra Extra Golf Sierra is requesting taxi to parking.
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Roger, please say intentions.
Alpha Sierra Extra Golf Sierra requests taxi to parking.
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Roger, please say intentions.
Taxi to parking for Alpha Sierra Extra Golf Sierra.
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra, say again ramp number.
Any ramp is fine for Alpha Golf Sierra.
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra, taxi to ramp 16 via Alpha Bravo.
Taxi to ramp 16 via Alpha Bravo for Alpha Golf Sierra.
Negative, taxi via Alpha Bravo.
Taxi via Alpha Bravo to ramp 16 for Alpha Golf Sierra.
Negative, taxi via Alpha Bravo.
Oh boy. Taxi via Alpha Bravo, Alpha Golf Sierra. Does that make a difference, guys? Come on. So for some reason, I haven't seen any departures and any arrivals today. Well, you know, it's probably just the timing thing, and honestly, not sure. But I usually love when I have to queue behind or ahead of other airplanes, or when I'm told to kind of give way for incoming traffic on arrival. So, overall, this is so much fun to be honest, and I really wish I could. Well, it's not a wish. I should. I will type out my system specs. It's a really low end PC. It's a Minis Forum computer, and I'm using an external GPU. What's it called? The AGO2 by Eostar, I think. And honestly, like, it's not terrible. Like, I've been able to get in a few flights, do the things I want to do, try out new stuff, and I'm having fun overall. So, you guys should give this a shot. This is where I am gonna park for today. So I know we didn't use our landing lights, but yeah. Oh, we did. We didn't have our taxi lights on instead. So let's turn everything off. Boop, 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 and turn off the ignition. Bro, don't run into me. What the hell? Dude. Whatever. Okay, see you guys.